Hello, welcome back to Hope Inspires Faith, and my name is Alfonso Hinton, and thank you for tuning in, for listening, for visiting, for subscribing, for sharing, leaving your compliments, positive compliments if it has encouraged you, and I try everything within me not to say anything negative to discourage somebody. So my thing is, if I can encourage one person with my videos, my podcast, or my blog, I feel like it's worth it. So you can be that one that's been inspired. So I want to start this new thing with Hope Inspires Faith. It's called Time Out Tuesday. What does Time Out Tuesday consist of? I couldn't even tell you. But I'm like a freestyle rapper. Whatever thought come to my mind that day, whatever pops up when I turn on the camera, that's what I talk about. So it could be anything, but I guarantee it's something that encourages you, to help you, to inspire you. So today is Time Out Tuesday. Now it might be tough at times. It might be to where who you think he is, but that's not the purpose of my topics. My purpose of my topics is to get us to think, to realize that we can do better or it can be better. So today is the first segment of Time Out Tuesday. So what is it, time out? It's time out for looking at somebody else's life and talking about it when you haven't been perfect in your life. And that covers everybody. One point. We can always look at somebody else's faults and we can say what they did wrong. We can talk about what they did wrong. We can talk about where they are, but then we don't remember. I ain't gonna say we don't remember. We forget that we was once them. I was just listening to a conversation and I was talking and we was talking about a person, and I'm just gonna keep it real. The worst topic of discussion is people when they find somebody that's a minister or somebody that's in the church, and when they do something wrong, it is highly publicized when a person that's in the church does something wrong. Why? Because of the limelight. Why? Because everybody is always finding some reason to tear them down. For instance, if you have a minister that's caught with a woman and they're married, it becomes the biggest scandal in the world. And it's pushed to the utmost. Okay, you can have somebody in your family or somebody that you know, they can do the same thing, but then they won't acknowledge that they once did it. All they can see is what that preacher or that minister or that person in the church did. We have all made mistakes in our lives. We have all done things that we're not proud of. Everybody has. But once we get past them, it's like we close our eyes to our sin and we look at everybody else's. It's time out to look in the mirror at somebody else's life when you can look in the mirror and see your own reflection. Once again, it's time out for looking in the mirror, trying to look at somebody else's reflection when you can look at yours. We are our biggest critics. So if you will stop for a second, look in the mirror and think about your life and what you've done and the things that you had to overcome, the times that you was in the streets, the time when you were alcoholic, the times you were drinking, the time you may have cheated on your spouse, the times that you have drank or the time you have drugs, anything that you have done, you look back, but then you're at a point now in your life where you don't do those things. But it will not stop you from talking about somebody else is doing it. It's time out for talking about people who are doing things that you used to do. It's time out. We need to remember where we were before we got where we are. The biggest problem with us in society is once we feel like we have arrived, we forget about everybody else. Why not pull somebody else along that's where you were to help them get where you are? It's so much money in the world. I can't spend your money. So why would I have a problem with you making money in the same situation that I'm making it when there's so much money to be made? But we won't do that. It's time out for trying to hold somebody down because you're afraid of them advancing further than you. Time Out Tuesday. It is time out. When are we going to get it in our minds that we got to sweep around our own house? We got to wipe the dirt and grime and dust off our own mirror so we can see our reflection and not look at our eyes at somebody else just to see what they're doing. Time Out Tuesday. This thing can go so many ways, but just think about it on your own. Just think about the last time that you talked about something that somebody did, but then you did the same thing at one point in your life. Does that make me or you better because we don't do it anymore? Or does that mean that we got to a point where we realized that that was something that we should do? We have to understand that we have to have a different mentality. If you can't encourage somebody, you don't need to say anything to them. If you can't encourage somebody, you shouldn't be in their presence. It's about encouragement. I tell people that I communicate with, that I associate with, that I talk to, if I can't enhance your life, if I can't encourage you to be better, there's no need for me to be talking to you. I'm wasting your time. So my philosophy is I find inspiring things to help people be excited about themselves. That's what I do. You can do the same thing. It's time out for turning somebody down when you can be building them up. Thank you for your time. Hope inspires faith. First segment of Time Out Tuesday. We'll continue next Tuesday with another episode. Time Out Tuesday. I hope you got some out of it. Listen, share with your friends, share with your family. Subscribe, comment. Some things you may agree, some things you don't. But I always say, fools fall out. I get it right in a second. Fools fall out. Wise men disagree. So maybe you didn't agree with some of the things I said, but that doesn't mean that you're wrong or I'm wrong. Just because you have a different opinion. Everybody has an opinion. But I believe if we support each other, if we inspire each other, if we do what we can to help each other, we can all be great. We can all be successful. And we can all be motivated. Thank you for your time. Hope inspires faith. Once again, Time Out Tuesday, first segment. See you next Tuesday.